Hi, my astrology friends. I hope you're having a great day. And I hope last month was great for you. I really am excited about this month. Welcome to my May monthly forecast. I feel like this month is going to be one of the best months of the year. Last month was pretty good, but from what I've heard from a lot of people, a lot of my clients, it was kind of a stressful month. We got a lot done, so that was good. But because of that, maybe that's what created so much stress. And I feel like this month we're going to be able to get a lot done as well. Maybe not quite as fast, but I think it's going to be a lot easier month. I think we're going to enjoy this month a lot more. I think there's so much positive energy, and the energy is much. I mean, most of the aspects this month are really positive. There's only a couple difficult aspects this month, and the rest are really positive. And as you could see, on the 18th, there's two really, really great or aspects that have possibility of being really good. And then on the 23rd, there are three, and I think they're all pretty positive. So that's going to be a really great time this month. I think things are going to get really going at that time of the month. And maybe the things that we've been working on can really take off and start bringing in the money that we are looking for. Because really this month is all about Taurus. There's so many planets in Taurus, and Taurus really is about our finances, our income. And it's also enjoying the senses and the pleasures in life. So I feel like that's why this month is going to be a really great month. I think we're going to come out of this month feeling a lot more rested and a lot more like things are going our way. So let me get, oh, and I wanted to say also that, this is a general reading. And so, of course, take what resonates and leave the rest, because not all of it's going to apply to you. Some things will affect you greatly, and some things might not affect you at all. Or you might see other people that are affected by it, but it won't be affecting you directly. So that's one thing to keep in mind for a general reading. And if you want a more personal reading, you can go to my website at logicalastrology.com and book a personal reading with me. And then I can get way more into the details that are specific for you and see how everything is affecting you. Because really, if you don't have aspects that to any of these things, then you're not going to really feel it. So I'm sure some of these things this month you will feel, but keep that in mind. So let's get started on the details. Uh, on May 6th, Mercury is going to conjunct Chiron in Aries. Um, that could, bring up some insecurities. We could kind of use our communication skills to try to work with those. And also we can use that to help heal other people, because, with Chiron, the only way that we can really start to heal our Chiron wounds is by helping other people with those same wounds or insecurities or same sensitivities that we have. So it's really good to try to help other people that have those same wounds. Um, and then on May 7th, there's going to be a new moon in Taurus. And a new moon is always a time to plant seeds. Now, that really just means starting things or coming up with ideas for things that we want to do, that we want to accomplish. And Taurus is a month that, when we're in Taurus season, which we are at this point, and especially because we have so many planets in Taurus right now and going into Taurus this month too. It's going to be very heavy Taurus, and Taurus, like I said, is really about the senses. It's about our finances. But Taurus is kind of a stubborn, but a slower energy in a time that we want to be a little more cautious, move a little more slowly, and enjoy the pleasures of life too. And so this new moon can kind of start that energy of feeling, like we want to just enjoy our life, and we want to have more time to relax and want to have more time to enjoy ourselves. We may also be focusing on finances at this time too. And also, there's a reason that Earth Day is at the beginning of Taurus season. It's all about the earth. Taurus is all about the earth and nature and our environment. Then on May 15th, Mercury enters Taurus. So that's bringing in more energy into Taurus. And I think with Mercury in Taurus, it really does slow Mercury down. Coming out of Aries, Mercury in Aries is really all about fast talking, moving quickly, driving quickly. But when we go into Taurus slows things down quite a bit. Now, there may be more stubbornness in our communication. But I think if we just, it really is about taking the time to think things through before acting and really just being more careful. And especially with Mercury going into Taurus, our communication, people that are born with Mercury in Taurus, I feel like they talk very calmly. They're very careful not to say things that could hurt people. And they really think about things before they say them and how it will affect people. So I think Mercury in Taurus is kind of a great energy. And then Mars will conjunct the North Node on May 20th. Whenever you're dealing with the North Node, it can be a little uncomfortable because we're going into a realm that is unknown to us. It's something that we haven't really experienced before. But in order to follow our true path in life and to live a life that's more aligned with who we really are, we need to try to go towards the North Node, and Mars conjuncting the North Node, especially because it's very strong in Aries, it can help us to do that. It can give us the courage to really follow our true path. So be brave this month, especially around the 20th. Yep. Then on May 18th, the Sun conjuncts Jupiter in Taurus. And this is one of my favorite aspects of the year. I always look forward to this energy because it's so buoyant and jubilant, and people just feel great when this is happening. It gives us just kind of an excited, happy, lucky energy. And it can bring blessings around finances, especially because it's in Taurus. So this is May 18th looks like it's going to be a really positive day. And then Venus will conjunct Uranus in Taurus on the same day. And because Jupiter and Uranus are still in conjunction, although they are moving away from each other. It is that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, the energy is still there. And these aspects can definitely reactivate that. So on May 18th, it kind of expect that. And then the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction that we had last month, we may not know what that changed in our life until a lot later. When we look back, we'll be able to see what happened, but sometimes we don't really know what it's changing at the time. And when Venus conjuncts Uranus, it can bring changes around our relationships, around what we love, our values. It can also bring blessings around these things. And it's a really positive energy usually, but it can bring changes. And sometimes when Uranus is involved, it doesn't feel good when it's happening because it's changes and we don't know what to expect. We don't know what's going to come of it. But most of the time it turns out to be a benefit to us when we look back at it. Okay, and then on May 23rd, we have 3 really great aspects. And they look very positive to me. Venus conjunct Jupiter in Taurus first. And since Jupiter is the dispositor of the Sagittarius full moon, so it basically rules that full moon, just having Venus and Jupiter are the 2 benefic planets in astrology. And having them together, it brings really positive energy, and especially around relationships. And then having the Sagittarius full moon on the same day, that really brings those 2 together, and they really have a strong effect on each other. And it just really brings in positivity and a full moon. It's always a good time to finalize projects, to show people what you've been working on and put things out into the world and that you have been working on. And the stuff, especially since the new moon that we had in Taurus earlier in the month, right? And it can really, all this positive energy here can really make whatever we've been working on, bring us the money and the rewards that we've been looking for. The reason that we even did this, it can bring us what we're looking for. And at the same time, the moon is trine to Pluto. So it can just bring a lot more power to that full moon. A trine is a positive aspect, so it brings in good things. And Pluto trine the moon, it can affect our emotions. It can make our emotions much stronger, much more extreme, but because there's so much positive energy here, I would expect that it's going to be positive energy. It's going to be positive emotions that we're feeling, not negative. So I really feel like between the 18th and the 23rd, there's just people are going to be a lot happier and just be feeling great about their life, about where they're going. So I feel like that's a good energy. And then the last couple aspects that we have for the month, Jupiter is going to enter Gemini. So that's going to kind of change Jupiter's energy when it enters Gemini. And Jupiter is in detriment in Gemini, but even when Jupiter is in detriment, it's such a positive planet that it usually brings in positive energy. So, in Gemini, Jupiter can bring communication. It can enhance communication. It can bring in more communication. And it's going to be in Gemini for a year. And Gemini is about more local travel and communities. Um, and Jupiter is about international traveling and cultures. But I think that maybe somehow those will be combined, or will have more local travel. Um, but maybe there will be cultural um things involved in local communities, because there are a lot of cultures in any local community usually. And then on the 29th, Mars will conjunct Chiron. So that could bring us, especially because Mars is in Aries. Mars is strong there, stronger than in most other signs. So it can really bring us the courage to face our insecurities and to overcome things, and to help people also that have similar insecurities or wounds as we do. And it can help us to, really learn to help other people, and thereby helping ourselves. So it probably won't feel great when Mars is conjuncting Chiron, because it's going to be activating our wounds. It's going to be bringing up these old, insecurities and things that we don't feel comfortable with. But in the long run, it's going to benefit us if we can take that courage that we get from Mars and use it to help us, ourselves, and other people. Anyway, that's all that I have. And like I said, I think this is going to be a great month, and I hope everybody enjoys the month. And you can visit me at logicalastrology.com to book a reading. Everybody have a great month.